Hello, hello, and welcome back to the Tartarus Key. This is part 3. Last time, we did the planetarium and the living room slash bar, and, well, we fucked it up the first time. But it's fine. I fixed it. So now we have William to talk to, which I guess we can do before we start storming off to go do the next stuff, which, as far as I know, I mean, we can't, like, look at the other floors unless we're actually on them, right? Because I don't think there's anything else that we can do. That didn't seem right. I don't think there's anything else that we can do upstairs. I think, like, we're fully done up here. Yeah. What happened? Right. The hallway that sort of spooked us. But, yeah, we're totally done upstairs, except for the lion door on the right, and then the boarded up bloody door on the left, which we didn't find a way to get through. So but first let's talk to Torres and William. I'm not accusing you of anything, just asking questions. I should hope you're not accusing me. I'm a victim, just like yourselves, possibly even more so. William, you obviously know more about this situation than we do. You're clearly involved with some people who clearly have it out for you. Can't imagine why. So right now, you have more in common with us than anyone out there. Why not tell us what you know? Look, I didn't think they actually did any of this, alright? I thought it was just a lark, a gag. Like that time Hamish Aberforth said he was investing in baby polar bears, but they all turned out to be very spray-painted corgis. You have to understand that when you get to a certain stage of wealth, you get bored. It's not as if I don't belong to a good half-dozen other secret societies. Usually all we do is get drunk on 100-year-old liquor and wear silly robes. Can't say that's a problem I'll ever have, no. Hold on a sec. A secret society? Yes, that's what I said. Very exclusive, too. Though I can't say I think much of their designers. That silly symbol of theirs. The eye. How did you... I knew it. I knew it! Torres, what are you talking about? Bunch of old rich jackasses with too much time, money, and privilege. Now, just a moment. A couple months back, a local statesman turned up dead. Heart attack. But he died in his study with some very interesting documents on his desk, detailing an organization of wealthy, influential people from all over the world. These people made a game out of kidnapping groups of lesser folk, placing them in ridiculous, impossible scenarios for their own amusement to die. What? Now hang on a moment. I told you, I thought that was all a bunch of set dressing, a joke. For Christ's sake, they said it originally started as a ritual to appease some sort of demonic being. Of course I thought it was fake. So did everybody else, but they pay me to follow up on things. In these past few weeks, I started thinking I was being followed places, getting strange messages. And now, William, you were one of these people? I helped you! And if you'll recall, I told you not to. Look, until tonight, I swear I thought this was all just smoke and mirrors for fun. And besides, look, I didn't know any of you, alright? It's not like this is personal. You think that makes it better? That people don't matter just because you don't know them personally? No, Look, I would never have joined had I known they were serious about this insanity. But you were perfectly willing to just ignore us, wait it out for us to die so you could leave, huh? Ugh. All right. This is getting us nowhere. All that matters now is staying alive and getting out. Yeah, okay, you're right. I'm gonna go keep searching this place. Thank you, Alex. I'll keep an eye on Moneybags McJerkoff the Third here. Just call if you need us. Ugh. Great. I love it. I love all the optional conversations. They're so fun. I thought that they would talk about the shaking, though. I wonder if they have, like, dialogue trees. Hello? So there wasn't really any time to talk earlier over the whole you might explode thing going on. But are you wearing a cravat? Oh, you noticed? I don't think I've ever seen anyone actually wear one of those in real life. Yes, well, the stylistic failings of modern man are none of my concern. Besides, it was my grandfather's. It's practically an heirloom. Your grandfather? Please tell me you know how the family tree works. Surely the public educational system isn't that bad. Somehow I muddled through, but it was a challenge, what with being poor and all. I'm just surprised is all. I didn't take you for the sentimental type. My grandfather was a great man, a titan of business and investment. With my parents so often away on business, I spent a tremendous amount of time with him. Perhaps the greatest day of my life was when he wrapped this around my neck. I had just graduated from university. Told me he was proud of everything I had accomplished. Wow, that's really nice, William. I kind of get it. This shirt used to belong to my dad. He was always working, partially to help pay for school for me. I filched it when I moved out because wearing it makes me feel closer to him. Huh. Well, I'm not entirely sure that's a fair comparison, but I suppose we do all wear our past on our backs, don't we? One way or another. Wow, a real, actual, emotional connection with William that didn't end in him being a dick. That's actually quite surprising. Doris? So, what made you want to be a detective? We're trapped inside a mansion filled with elaborate death traps. Sickos watching us via surveillance cameras. And you want to chit-chat? Look, I've been running around all over the place. I could use a breather. Help take my mind off everything for a minute or two. Besides, I'm curious about you. Did you always know what you wanted to do? I'm having trouble picturing you as anything other than, a very intense child. Huh. Well, not always, no. But I guess I've always liked puzzling things out, chasing things down, and I've never been able to stand it. How some people get away with something that hurts other people. Sounds like a story. Not really. There was no big pivotal moment or anything like that. Other than a general simmering resentment at the overall state of the world. Of course. There was a time when I thought maybe I'd work in the family bakery. It just didn't work out. What happened? I just didn't have the patience for it. All that fiddly, careful work wasn't for me. And, well, like you said, I've always been intense. After the third time I made a kid cry, I had to face up to the fact that I just wasn't made for sugar and customer service. When we get out of here, I've got to see your baby photos. That's so fun. That's so fun and charming. I love that you can have, like, little side conversations with them. I don't want to, like, keep talking to them to exhaust all their dialogue right now, because I feel like that would be too much. But it's cool that you can, like, check in with them and get some more background information. That's, like, really sick. This game is awesome. I'm, like, genuinely really impressed and infatuated. All right, well, we can go this way, right? So let's go this way. Floor 0, East Wing. Somebody just passed in front of us. Okay, we can go in the room to the left. Yeah, more scenes of, like, hell. Like, a lot of hellish Renaissance art. Actually, I shouldn't say that. I don't know anything about art. It might be some period that I don't know. But it's, like, a lot of, like, classical-looking paintings featuring demons and torture and hell. So, and considering that William just said something about demonic entities, I'm getting the vibe that this is, like, a demonic sacrifice thing. Although they talk about Tartarus, which is like, well, I mean, it is like in the underworld in Greek mythology, but the underworld isn't like the Christian hell, so I'm not sure what's going on. Anyway, there's a note on this door. I'd like to take a look at it. It's locked. There's a note. Not taking unscheduled appointments. Okay, sure. Everything else in this place operates on its own logic. Why not? Since none of the phones work and I have no way to call, wherever that is, for an appointment, I guess I'll see if I can't find something that goes in that slot. The camera is quite good at tracking exactly where we are. Oh, there's a lion door right here. This door is marked with a lion emblem. It's locked tight. And there's another one at the end of this hall, too. This door is marked with a lion emblem. Okay. Nothing in this credenza, I imagine. These plants everywhere, though. Alright. The library. Joy. Oh, it's another one of these, like, horse things. A bust of a horse head. Kind of angry looking. Can horses look angry? I mean, surely they can. Subject, London butcher. Records show a startling increase in the number of murders during the 1727 London famine. Driven mad with starvation, it was in this environment that the London butcher thrived. Famed for selling high-quality meat at cut-rate prices, it was years before anyone discovered their source, fresh corpses. Huh? Is that like a joke based on Sweeney Todd? Lumberjack. The lumberjack would invite couples to their holiday cabin in the woods. Overpowering his victims, he would force one of the couples to watch as he methodically... one of the couple to watch as he methodically severed the limbs from their partner. He was eventually apprehended in the late 70s. Authorities were helped by multiple survivors being able to identify the make of chainsaw used. Okay. We're also getting, like, dates and stuff. Okay, I do have another notepad here that I will keep handy, along with my pencil. The Crimson Artist. Christoph H. Jefferson, the Crimson Artist, was active between 1290 and 1312. They would kill and artfully arrange the bodies, at which point he would paint the crime scenes in the victim's blood. Several pieces of their art have reportedly gone missing, and while never officially valued, they're rumored to be highly sought after in the fine art world. I'm confused. Christoph H.H. was active between they would kill and artfully arrange the models' bodies, at which point he would paint the crime scenes in the victim's blood. I don't get it. Why are they using they? When it's just the one guy. What the fuck was that? Okay. I don't know what jump scare I was supposed to miss. Subject arsonist. Public faith in the police's ability to keep them safe was at an all-time low by 1964 due to the arsonist. Hundreds perished in a string of devastating apartment and office building fires. It's thought that the Dream Doctor massacres a few years prior served as inspiration. However, they were never caught, and their motivations remain a mystery to this day. Ugh, again, we're having that weird, like, I don't know how to describe this effect. The word that comes to mind is parallaxing, but I don't think that's right. Because I couldn't define parallaxing to you if I had to. So I don't think that's right. But there's like this weird like texture pulling thing that's happening. I guess it's just at the edge of your vision. That's what happens. Like does it happen to everything, or is it just this door? Subject, original. The biblical figure Cain, the original murderer, appears in various texts dating back millennia. Theories of Cain being the son of Satan and not Adam date back just as long. Subject, the clock killer. Wait, this is what Taurus was telling us about. Charged with 18 separate murders, what was believed to be an open and shut case ended up being anything but. Crucial evidence destroyed in a fire meant that the clock killer served a short sentence of only a single year before being released in the summer of 1988 for good behavior. The clock killer. You've mentioned them before. It says here that they're free. Is that true? Released early for good behavior. How? According to this, he's a known murderer? Mass murderer. I was on the force then, and we had it all. Extensive evidence, documents, murder weapons. Hell, I even got him on video. So what happened? It was all destroyed. A few weeks before the trial, a fire took out half the police station. Nothing but ashes left behind. That can't have been a coincidence. I'm sure it wasn't. I headed up an investigation. Turns out our killer was a former cop. Well liked. Friends in high places. You know the deal. Jesus. Orders came in telling me to stop investigating. Told me to just focus on my 9 to 5 and let the higher-ups handle it. Did you? Hell no. But wouldn't you know it, I was suspended and put under investigation myself. Didn't take a detective to figure out my days there were numbered. So I quit. Best decision I ever made. Turns out my values and those of the station didn't align. Alrighty. A weapon display. Neat. A display of murder weapons? Less neat. It says, a history of violence from beginning to end. Okay, so we're gonna have to, like, write down the dates that these people did this stuff. Sorry, I'm scratching my ear and I'm slightly moving my microphone because it's attached to my headset to do that. Okay. Subject, psychology. A section on the psychology of murderers. If there's one thing I don't want to get inside of, it's the mind of a killer. Not late night reading for when you've been stuck inside a murder house. The Death Rider is a highwayman of English legend dating back to the early 1500s. Wielding a spiked flail, they would wait by the roadside for unsuspecting passerby. Okay, just gonna write down flail 1500s. Victims were beaten beyond recognition, many never identified. Nothing was ever stolen, and their motive remains unknown to this day. The Ferryman. Tales of a murderous ferryman date back to the 11th century BC. Considered a myth, it is said to have been inspired by Charon, the one who ferried souls to Hades through the river Styx. Okay, this doesn't really give us a murder weapon, though, so I don't think that's right. A blank canvas. Weird. Why would anyone hang a blank canvas? A placeholder, maybe? The Dream Doctor. Performing a vivisection on a conscious human is near impossible due to the shock. However, the Dream Doctor was able to keep his victims conscious using a paralytic agent. She would then use a leucotome, a hammer, and a pick for extensive brain testing. There are no known survivors. Are they describing what a leucotome is? Or she used a leucotome, a hammer, and a pick? Leucotome. What is a leucotome? A leucotome is a neurosurgical instrument. No, wait, that's AI. I can't look at that. Okay. Wikipedia. A leucotome or Mackenzie leucotome is a surgical instrument used for performing leucotomies, also known as lobotomy, and other forms of psychosurgery. Oh, okay. So this is like a strange... Yeah, this is like a very, like... I mean, it looks like an ice pick. Just more elaborate. So if you ever heard of an ice pick lobotomy, they also did used to do that. It's very horrifying. I took psychology courses in college, and they showed a video of someone getting a ice pick lobotomy, and it's very bad, and you can hear like the sound of the ice pick like cracking on the inside of the person's skull. It's very awful. Um, uh, it's bad. Anyway, I don't see an instrument like that in here, but I do see a hammer and pick. So, the Dream Doctor. What period was that? Oh, but the arsonist was the inspiration for the Dream Doctor, and that was in 1964. So it's like before 1964. Hammer plus pick. I did misspell hammer on my notepad. Not that you could see, but I felt the need to be honest. Okay. So the hammer and pick was in the 1900s. The Crimson Artists. Right. So I think there was a series of paintbrushes here, right? Yes. So what did that say? 1290 to 1312? Yes. 1290 to 1312. Paint brushes. Okay. What else do we have? We have a cleaver and the clock. So it's the clock killer, and that was 1988. So 1988, stopwatch, or whatever it is. And then what was the cleaver? Is it the London Butcher? 1727. Which I would assume would be the Butcher. So... Cleaver... 1727. Okay, so a history of violence. So paintbrushes first, then the flail, then the cleaver, then the hammer and pick, or hammer and needle, and then the pocket watch. What a lovely ding. Okay. Cabinet's open. I suppose I have to take these. Okay. Bookshelf. Slide book. Huh. What? Okay, there are arrows. Huh. A butcher's knife. Stabbed straight into the base. A flail. How are chains staying... Oh, wait. Oh, there are numbers on the back. A flail. How are chains staying so still? Some kind of glue? A simple hammer and pick. Terrifying to think that they're used in lobotomies. There's a 1 engraved on the back. Okay, let's flip all of these around. Extremely pointy paintbrushes. These can't be easy to handle. 3. Plain looking pocket watch. Okay. So they're numbered and not in the... Oh, okay. So the canvas is different now. That's weird. I know this canvas was blank a second ago. A hammer and pick, a clock, and paintbrushes. This has to be part of the puzzle. Well, we have a 3-shelf... Huh? Okay. Huh. And so am I using the numbers on each of these? The hammer and pick is 1. The pocket watch is 5. And paintbrushes are 3. Okay. Okay. That was a quick and relatively easy one. You just have to pay attention to the text. And we can even get out of here. Okay, so now we're in the gallery. Walls are dirty. Pretty empty. Wonder what those buttons do. I guess they're specifically directing you to the buttons. Paintings. Ooh, my kind of artwork. I'll tell you that much. Not that I would hang this kind of thing in my home. I just think that fucked up, weird, gross shit is cool. A stack of paintings. What are these doing here? Okay. Whoa! What the fuck? What the... Amidst the chaos, an angel stands. Incredible craftsmanship. Is it flying or falling? Either way, that demon looks pissed at the angel. Whoa, this Lamia is menacing. Don't think I've ever seen them crawling across the floor like an actual snake before. A knight fighting off a minotaur. Is it defending the angel? Imagine a giant half-bull, half-man leaping towards you. That knight's shield better be sturdy. My computer would like me to know that they've turned on storage sense. Whatever that fucking means. I don't care. Go away. Excuse you. I don't need this notification about storage sense, computer. I'm trying to not die. Oh, all the paintings are gone. They, like, showed up on the wall. Huh? So what am I supposed to do here exactly? Someone loves buttons. Okay. That turns on the eyes of... Okay, so are we just supposed to light up the eyes of the monsters? Is that what we're supposed to do? Well, clearly not. So we're meant to sort of turn on the eyes of everybody. Okay, like that. Simple. What the? What? How is this happening? Jesus! Things have got to stop appearing out of nowhere. Everything all right, Alex? Just checking in. I'm looking at a bunch of weird statues and a painting. An angel, a demon, some sort of snake person. You know what it is, Alex. You looked at it. Oh, you mean a Lamia? I don't know. Do I? It's Greek mythology. The Lamia was a girl who was another casualty of Zeus and Hera's on again, off again marital squabbles. These days, they're mostly just used as generic fantasy monsters in most media. The actual legend is much more tragic. Do most detectives know this much about Greek mythology? I can't have a hobby? Besides, when you spend all your time dealing with human monsters, the made-up ones are a lot more palatable. Are you a monster fucker, Torres? It's alright. You're safe here. Okay, let's take a look. Interesting. It's alchemical symbols again. And I did look that up. I probably will edit in some sort of thing about, in the first episode about alchemical symbols. But I did look that up. They were alchemical symbols. This is Mercury. That is all. It turns out that lots of elements also have a corresponding astrological symbol as well. Like, it's just how it is. So, anyway. I guess let's take a look at this. Another podium. This one's covered in symbols. I mean, if it matches up to their location, then I feel like that's a bit straightforward, but what do I know? Mercury, the sun and moon, and the triangle with the two things. Yeah, I kind of figured that would be too straightforward. Are they... I think they're in... No, the Lamia is in the center. But that's not right. The angel's in the center in the painting. So, I have to find the angel. Wait, let's look at this stat. Incredible craftsmanship. I'm a little nervous he's suddenly going to spring to life. One jacked minotaur would not want to be in a labyrinth with that. Snakes for hair. Are all Lamias Medusas? Am I at risk of turning into stone? A knight that means business. Must be a guard for the angel? Or maybe it's the boss. Intense! I'm a little intimidated just looking at it. Okay. So... The angel is in the middle. So the angel should be Mercury. I guess. The knight... Well, I don't know. Am I basing it off of this? Okay, so the demon is to the right of the angel. Or no, the demon is to the left of the angel. So, to the left of the angel, so that would be that symbol, was the demon. Then, to the left of the demon is the Lamia. So that would be the Z. God damn it. Then to the right of the angel is the knight, which would be the sun and moon, so that's the same. And then the minotaur should be the triangle. There we go. I'm gonna have a sip of water here for a second. Oh, that opens that room. It's a convoluted lock system, but at least those doors across the hall are open. I hope there's something nice inside. I mean, probably not, but I hope. Okay. It's shaking again. What's going on? And also, how long have we been going? Exactly 30 minutes. these two don't have any more conversation to add. She's busy right now. I'll check in later. He looks lost in thought. I'll leave him alone for now. Okay, cool. So they can't. You also can't just like brute force all of their conversations. That's really awesome. Okay, I guess let's go in here. This doesn't look right. Ah, yes, hello. I am, as you might imagine, quite relieved to see you. Are you okay? What is this? Okay, my young friend, I am ecstatic. Why wouldn't I be? Tangible proof of my life's work. I'm actually quite moved by it all. As the kids say, this is all that and a bag of chips. I don't think they do say that, and your tangible proof is tangibly throttling you. Ah, my apologies. I was quite carried away in the excitement. My name is Charles Werner. I am a historian in a specialized field of study. Not long ago, I woke up to find myself as you see me now. This has got to be special effects, right? The old practical stuff. I'm gonna get you out of there. I'll pull. I would advise against force. Whenever I struggle, it seems to upset it. Then how do I get you out of here? That's the spirit. Into the unknown with open arms. Granted, I don't have any, hands-on experience with this scenario, but if you were to look at your feet, that symbol is incomplete, but it shares similarities with, banishing circles, prevalent in other cultures' mythos. If you can find a way to complete it, then perhaps... Sure, fine, why not? Whatever. With my boundless knowledge of ancient mythological ceremonies, that'll be a cinch. Are you alright? Not even close, but what else is new tonight? Then please, have a look around. If you find something, bring it to me, and I may be able to help. Okay. I like that almost all of the people we meet are gigantic fucking weirdos. Okay, let's drop a save, because I assume that this guy can die if I do things wrong. Alright, let's take a look. Also, so this is where we came in. What if I just leave? Dang, the door locked behind me. I'll deal with that after Charles is free. Flesh. What is this? It's moving. Is it alive? Oh, I'm not touching it. Alive? An interesting thought. One would describe a cow in a field as alive, but once it's a steak on your plate, it's considered dead. I don't like this where this is going. But what if that steak started moving? Is it alive again? Please don't take this the wrong way, Charles, but stop talking to me. Okay. Ooh, I think there's a sigil here. Just gotta move the painting. This must be a sigil. If I squint, it looks kind of like a weird robot. Oh! This is a goetic sigil. What's this? Looks like a sigil. You might need it to complete the circle. So, how do I... You're the demon expert. Come over here and describe it to me. I might be able to identify it for you. This is a goetic sigil. Like, this is what you would find in the Ars Goetia, which are assigned to 72 demons. I don't recognize that one off the top of my head, but I never memorized the sigils, even though I did research the Ars Goetia, or the Goetia, or however you want to say it. Okay, let's see what you've got. I guess I was supposed to talk to him first. Oh yes, I recognize this. It is the sigil of the demon Malthus. It takes the form of a giant stork. An artisan, it would build high towers and strongholds of the toughest materials. And that's everything for now. I get the feeling that there's more sigils. Try to find them all. Okay. You said you're an expert on demons? Well, more accurately, I am a historian. Some peers would consider me famous, and others, infamous or eccentric. I have a knack for uncovering stories thought lost, connecting the dots overlooked by those seeking a more obvious truth. And the demons? Demonology is one of my more unusual research areas. My academic peers do not approve. They feel it's childish, sadly. If only they could see. Do you know how you ended up here? I assume the cult kidnapped me, much like they did you. The cult? Well, they'd call themselves a cabal or secret society or something equally grandiose, I'm sure. But this setting, these resources, these actions, well, if it looks like a cult, walks like a cult, and quacks like a cult, you see what I mean? Like a hidden government? They wouldn't be the first throughout history, I assure you. Are you serious? Well, the important thing is that they are. Are you familiar with the concept of a deal with the devil? A bargain for power? Of course, these things never turn out the way the bargainers expect. The devil? Like, literally? Don't be silly. The devil doesn't actually exist. I'm talking about an old god. These ancient beings appear in many forms throughout all civilizations. In all my years of research, I found many references, whispers, stories. Many of them are supposed to be indifferent to humanity, but some will toy with us, offering tremendous power and influence in return for worship, at a cost, of course. What was that about a cost? Well, it's only natural, isn't it? You don't just gain power from such magnitude without paying a price. The most common would be human sacrifice, but it would have to be on a tremendous scale. And you think that's what's happening here? Oh, well, I can only speculate. But it's hard not to, given the situation. Who can say how many people have disappeared only to turn up here, spending their last nights alone? So you believe there's a giant conspiracy, a government-controlling cult trying to summon God? A god, or an approximation thereof. I can see your skepticism. It's fine. I'm used to it. I dare say I've been called cuckoo for less. But you know what else would be considered insanity? Being stuck in a flesh wall! Fair point. The flesh wall is unusual. Okay, so that's all he has to say, individually. Okay, more flesh. It looks slimy. That's special effects, right? Gotta be. Gotta be. Because if it's not, then that means... Oh, it's actually not slimy at all, but it is interesting. It's somehow soft and firm. I feel like I'm suspended in jelly. But as soon as I apply any force, it grabs hold tight. It's kind of like punching custard if you've tried that. What? No. Why have you tried that? And please, stop talking about food. I'll never want to eat again. I don't know. I think this guy's pretty funny. I like him. I like all the characters in this game. They're all very amusing. This game is very well written. This thing is all over the room. It smells as bad as it looks. I've got to get Charles out of here for my sake. What does it smell like? I've been here long enough that I fear my nose has gotten used to it. Consider yourself lucky. It's a mix of that iron-rich smell and blood, and what I can only describe as raw. Can something smell raw? It's so thick I can taste it. Oh god, let's change the subject before I hurl. Okay, I assume that if I keep looking... How's it moving? Is it breathing, or a heartbeat, maybe? Oh my god. Say, I think this is real. You're the expert. Got any theories? I believe that what we're seeing here is only a small part of a much larger creature. So it is breathing, just not in a way that we can see on our side. It's breathing between worlds? Correct! For whatever reason, the process that brought it here wasn't successful. Unfortunately, without a stable tether, it had to bind itself with the environment, which just so happens to have included myself. Charles, you seem very nice, so I'm not going to tell you how crazy that is. But hey, what do I know? I've never seen or heard of anything like this before. I know! Exciting, isn't it? Though I am thankful that you've come to help. I do advise you to avoid becoming sick. I promise you that is a priority. I don't know, I love this. This is really funny. Okay, anyway, what's this one? This sigil looks like a mountain. Unknown sigil. Oh, okay. According to Charles, this represents Malthus, a giant stork, took care of construction and seemed to really love metal. Okay. Okay, let's see what you've got. This would be the Sigil of Raum, a crow demon known to steal, always seeking treasure. Its most infamous heist was that of the underworld's soul flame, leaving it permanently shrouded in a fire that will never go out. And that's everything for now. I get the feeling that there's more sigils. Try to find them all. Okay, well, there's one right here. This one's simple enough. Looks like a diamond. Okay, so the demon shit has really hit the fan at this point. if we're looking at goetic sigils. Something under these books. Not sure what this sigil looks like. A shield, maybe? I think that's 4. Oh my god, it's so red in here. It's kind of hurting my eyes. Okay, let's see what you've got. Ah, yes. This is the sigil for the demon Andromalius, a serpent tasked with discovering and punishing the evils of the spirit world. Oh, you have another I should take a look at. Indeed, I believe this is the sigil of the demon Furfur, an enormous deer creature. Its mighty hooves would shatter the sky, leaving thunderstorms in its wake. And that's everything for now. I get the feeling that there's more sigils. Try to find them all. Really? There are more? We already found 4. I don't think there's more flesh to look at. I want nothing to do with this thing. Just gotta focus on Charles. Okay. More sigils. I mean, we could check this book. A ragged book. Looks to be a journal detailing someone's travels. Mystical lands, strange animals and beasts. Fiction, obviously. Right? A banishing book. What does it say? I can't tell if it's a fairy tale or meant to be serious. It's some sort of travel log. But all the things it describes, well, they don't exist. Strange places, monsters. Monsters? Or demons? Trust me, it's a very important distinction. There's always some truth in any piece of fiction. Keep it in mind. Okay. I began my journey in the east. The barrier between our worlds rendered useless by great glowing gates. To my west lay a city of great spires, staggeringly tall and blindingly white. How long did I stay? Even now I cannot say. My time in the southern wastes was all too brief. Chased by a crimson crow, emanating an unbearable heat, I had to flee. I would have wandered into the frozen north if not for the reptiles keeping guard. Though unintentional, I only live and breathe today thanks to them. Okay. He said that there's more sigils, though. Well, we found 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, I don't know. There are only 4 things on the ground, so it seems like we just need to put them in the right places. Charles? What was that about a cost? Oh, it's the same conversation. Let's not waste time. I don't know. I'm not really seeing any more sigils. Stop looking at the flesh. Door. Ugh. Okay. Is there anything at his feet? Or am I meant to just look at the banishing circle? What is this? Something straight out of a horror movie. Less gory than the one upstairs. So, I just have to finish this drawing and you'll be free? That is the core component, yes. I can guide you through the rest of the ritual. Huh, well, I guess I'll have to figure out where to put each sigil then. That's where I can be of some assistance. I dare say all my studies have led to this. Bring me anything you don't understand and I'll do my best to identify it for you. Giant deer. Crow. And Malthus. He said that there was more sigils. Like, one more sigil. Oh, on the ceiling, there we go. God, I had to look up. Gamers don't look up. This one's interesting. It's an eye, or maybe a bow? Okay, let's see what you've got. This is the sigil of Bifrons, the two-faced beast, a master of science and arts. They maintain all the gates and passages in the spirit world. I think you've got them all. Nice. Okay. So, what did this say? I began my journey in the east, the barriers between worlds rendered useless by great glowing gates. So that would be Bifrons. East. Bifrons. Okay. To my west lay a city of great spires, staggeringly tall and blindingly white. How long did I stay? Even now I cannot say. Giant stork took care of constructions, mighty hooves. Tasked with discovering and punishing the evils of the underworld. I feel like it's Malthus in the west. Loved construction. My time in the southern waste was all too brief. Chased by a crimson crow, emanating unbearable heat, I had to flee. I would have wandered into the frozen north if not for the reptiles keeping guard. Though unintentional, I live and breathe only today, only thanks to them. Okay, so in the southern wastes, a very hot crow, so Raum, and in the north, the frozen north, if not for the reptiles keeping guard. Furfur, a giant deer. And Ramalius, a serpent tasked with discovering and punishing the evils of the spirit world. So, Andromalius? Circle's looking good from here. I think you've got all the sigils in the right place. No. Actually, let me double check. Okay, let me know when you're ready. We'll get started. I'm just gonna hashtag save the game. And then we're going to get started. Are we prepared now, Alex? Yes. Yeah, I think we're ready. Let's do this. Ready? Yes. Now that you've properly prepared, you only have one more step to complete. You have to visualize sending the creature back, banishing it into the void. Ah, this is it! Proof! At last! At long last! Yes, yes! Marvelous! Simply marvelous! Booyah! I am so relieved that worked, even if I don't get how. My young friend, you are party to one of the greatest revelations of the modern era. By your hand, you've just revealed tangible proof of the supernatural. Well. I'm not ready to go that far, okay? I can't. Not for my peace of mind. Let's just go see Taurus. She's, my partner for the night, I guess. She'll want to meet you. So obviously there's a version of this where he dies. Alex, what happened? Are you hurt? I kept calling you, and you didn't answer. I could hear these sounds. And who's this? I'm okay. I'm okay. Detective Torres, this is Charles. He's stuck here, like us. Ah, pleasure to meet you. And a detective. Oh my, this is exciting. Yeah, it's a real treat for both of us. Alex, what happened? Oh, Charles was trapped in a writhing flesh wall. There were magical runes and symbols everywhere. The usual. For here, anyway. Beg pardon? Flesh wall? Quite. An incredible spectacle from beyond. Oh, it was a wonder, detective. Normally, I just talk with my therapist about boring things. So, this will be exciting for her. Okay, so let me process this. You encountered some sort of special effects rig. I assure you, detective, as the person enrobed by the matter, please don't use those words. Oh, of course. Pardon me. All I can tell you is it seemed very real. Alex very heroically banished it and freed me. She was quite marvelous. While I believe Alex could do something like that, magic monster circles don't exist. They just don't, okay? It had to have been, I don't know, a machine or something in the air that made you both hallucinate. Oh, I suppose that's a possibility. It just seems so real, so. Well, if nothing else, this place is certainly filled with exciting mysteries, isn't it? Oh yeah, real thrill. Edge of your seat fun. Look, I need to keep searching this place. Torres has been going through all these books, looking for any sort of clue or information. Ah, research! I love research. My time to shine. Perhaps you'd like a study buddy? We could put our heads together. Sure, study buddy. Okay. Well, you two crazy kids have fun. Don't stay up past your bedtimes. I'll report back if I find anyone else. Call me if you need me. Do take care, Alex. And thank you again for saving me. Oh my god. Okay. Well, as I said, I'm not calling you a liar, Mr. Werner. Oh, please, call me Charles. Or Chuck, if you like. I've never been a Chuck before. Charles. All I'm saying is I've been on a hell of a lot of cases, and it has never, not once, turned out to be monsters. Demons, actually, very different. Common mistake. But, more importantly, Ms. Torres. Detective? Detective, sorry. Well, I know you didn't see for yourself what Alex and I encountered, but surely. I think we're all under a lot of stress tonight, Charles. And I've already been doused with some sort of gas once. And that's just the time we know of. Yes, there is definitely something happening in this place. As soon as we find the people who caused it, okay, that is actually really funny. My fist is going to happen to their sternum. But no matter what anyone thinks they've seen, it's important that we stay focused on getting out of here alive, not spook ourselves with stories. But, of course. I agree with you, Detective. You're right. That's the most important thing. And you have my full support, of course. Good. We're too banged up to go snooping around this place ourselves. And Alex is going to need all the support she can get. Speaking of, Alex. Yeah? Maybe this can help. I found it in one of the books. A key? The top looks like a lion? Right. Try to keep an eye out for doors with lion motifs. Nice. That's exactly what we needed to move on. But what time is it? Oh my god, we still have like 10 minutes. I don't really think we have time for another puzzle, though, but maybe we can get some more dialogue? If we just, like, I don't know, do a lap. And then come back. Hey, Charles. You there? Yes, I read you, Alex. Loud and clear. How may I assist you? It just occurred to me to ask you if you know anything about this sigil. It's painted in front of the fireplace on the second floor landing. In blood, looks like. It sort of resembles a big triangle with what looks like a pentagram inside at the widest part. There's a lot of little symbols and interconnecting lines in it, too. What you're describing does sound a little like a speaking place. Certain cultures would have them, sites adorned with glyphs and symbols. They would allow elders to hear the voices of their gods, I suppose. Though in some cases they were other beings. But I've never heard of blood being used for such a purpose. Typically, these were holy ceremonies. Quite moving, actually. Trust me, there's nothing holy about this. Ah, yes, I might have to agree. I don't suppose you hear anything, do you? Alex? No. I don't hear anything. Geez, now you got me spooked even more. I'm not gonna look too closely at this. Okay, cool. Okay. Now if we come back... Is there a cutscene? No, okay. Busy. Lost in thought. So, don't take this the wrong way, but I don't think I ever realized historian was an actual job. You know, outside of action movies. A sadly widespread sentiment if one isn't tenured, I assure you. And you study demons? Why not? Religious studies are a vital step in understanding humanity's history. Besides, the lore and mythos surrounding demonic entities is fascinating. Not just the entities themselves, mind, but often what they were meant to represent to people. The impetus behind each one's creation. I guess not? Sorry, never really thought much about it. Unless you count movies like Abattoir of Blood or something. Personally, I always enjoyed the 6th installment. Abattoir of Blood, Bride of the Blood Monster. Criminally overlooked. Wow, I wouldn't have taken you for a schlocky horror movie buff. Oh, absolutely! Make a note for when we get out of here. Remind me to loan you my copy of Song of the Corpse Maiden. The subtitled import is far superior. Sure, Charles. When we get out, that's the first thing on my list. Cute. Very cute. I love making friends with all my weirdo murder victim compatriots. It's cool. I like it. Gosh, how much time? That did not take very much time, though. We're at 55 minutes. I just don't really want to, how you say, start another escape room and then have to quit in the middle. But I guess we can go into an escape room, but then I will stop afterward. So we've got a lion door here and a lion door here. Why do I feel like this just connects to the one upstairs? Time to see where this goes. East stairway. Again with the shaking. That's one less door to worry about. Yeah, it just goes up here. Which, like, fine. But why would we need to go up here? Like, there's nothing to do up here. Is there... Wait. This was broken down. Hey, Torres? Remember that super creepy door covered in blood? That's not a great segue. It isn't boarded up anymore, but that's because it was blasted off its hinges. It looks like it was destroyed from the inside. Do you see anything? Anyone? There's nothing else up here. I mean, I don't hear anything, unless they're being very, very quiet, so I don't know where they are. Okay, scaring myself. Not the most productive thing I've done tonight. Good job, Alex. Just breathe. In, out. In, out. I'm okay. There's a staircase behind it. It goes down, and of course, there's no lights. Alex, I hate to ask you this, but no, I know. I'm the only one who can check it out. I'm sorry, I'm not more used to you. You've already done so much, and no, look, we're in this together, okay? And we're gonna get out together. Thanks, Alex. Watch your back. Okay. Well, I don't know. I think I've dithered long enough. Let's call this part here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm really enjoying this game. It's so good. The writing is so charming. The puzzles are really fun. I feel like the last two were a bit easier than the planetarium and the living room, but still really fun. Just like super fun. Love this game. Really enjoying it. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.